Okay, folks, it's Mike's Instant Movie Review. This one's about The Machine. I saw this movie, I guess, 2 nights ago. So that would have been, I don't know, fucking Sunday night, Monday night, Memorial Day night is when I saw it. I was missing the Celtics game. They lost, and The Machine, Bert, is his name Kreischer or Kaiser? You know what I mean? So I guess here's the thing, Bert, and I did, overall, should you see the movie? Sure, it's not going to kill you to see his movie. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I wouldn't say it's a classic. I'd say it's pretty good. You know, 3 out of 5 stars. I did like the movie. I'm not saying I didn't, but it's not like the greatest movie of all fucking time, or even of this year, or even of this month. But it's a good movie. So apparently this guy, the Bert Kreischer guy, who I've seen on the Joe Rogan podcast a few times, didn't really know who the fuck he was. But apparently he's the big fucking comedian now. Of course, the guy that just did About My Father, he claims to be the big fucking comedian now. I guess that's like the fucking status point, is like if you're the big fucking comedian these days, you make some goddamn movie that says how awesome you are. So I saw in About My Father last week, I saw this one, The Machine, this week. And as the opening montage, you know, filled me in, because I guess I was asleep during this, Bert. I guess Bert became a big fucking deal because he told this story, you know, either, I guess, during his stand-up routines and also on the Joe Rogan show. He told this anecdote, as the kids say, and everyone fucking jerked off a sandwich about it. They fucking shared it. It went viral. He got all these fucking likes. He got all these fucking views. And I guess that made him a big fucking deal. And I guess he does his comedy with his shirt off. Let me tell you this, folks. When I lived in New England years ago, there was this thing going around where, like, there was something called naked comedy shows. You go to these fucking comedy shows and the comedians would be nude. Now, the problem is most of these comedians are men and they're unattractive. And where are the female comedians? It's never the comedian that you'd like to see nude go up there and tell fucking jokes. It's some fucking guy. So I don't know what Kaiser's doing or what the fuck is it. But apparently, at least some of the time when he does his stand-up, he's shirtless. He's topless. I don't get the fucking thrill of that. I don't get the point of it. But to each his fucking own, Bert. So let's talk about this thing. Okay, here's the deal. I guess I should have fucking done the research. I guess I should have fucking gone to YouTube and dug up this story on YouTube or the Joe Rogan show or whatever the fuck. Well, I didn't. So I go into this movie cold. And the movie basically tells you in the beginning, like, you get a little sample of the story, this wonderful fucking story about him and the Russian mob, but they don't give you the whole story, but they just tell you how fucking important this was, as if this was the most important thing in the goddamned world. Well, to you, Bert, it was, because it's your story, it's your career. This is what blew you up, okay? But for some asshole like me, I didn't happen to hear your fucking story, so I'm a little bit confused. So some people might have just left the theater in disgust, or if this goes to video or home viewing, they might turn off the movie in disgust. I was nice enough to stick with it. Now I might have to be a little quiet because some nice people are walking by. And I don't want to disturb them with my movie. Okay, they're going the other way. So, but I'm just thinking, like, Bert, you know, it's just this arrogance that people have, like, oh, my story got 1 million fucking views on YouTube, so the whole goddamn world knows my story. Well, apparently there's one asshole in the world that does it, me. So I was a little bit lost, but to the movie's credit, they do, I thought this was really interesting, Bert and Associates. They have a younger version of Bert, another actor. I kind of liked him more than the real Bert. And apparently this guy's got a big career coming up because he's in some other commercial, some preview for some other movie. But this young guy is playing like the 18 or 19-year-old Bert going overseas to Russia. Shish boo bam. He drinks a lot of vodka. He's kind of this party animal. And this Russian mafia group, they like kind of adopt him as their mascot. They call him the Machine because apparently he's just such a party animal. And he tells all these, you know, American jokes at the time, the late 90s. He's singing Limp Bizkit, Do It for the Nookie. He's quoting Austin Powers. He's doing all this, you know, pop culture shit that he's basically just stealing from pop culture in the US of A, and he's sharing it with these Russians who just love it, and they lap it up like so much soup. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing, and I did kind of like the time breaks that we're going back in time to the late 90s story, and then we're kind of moving the story forward a generation later. Bert now is a big famous fucking comedian, and he's got the fucking wife, and he's got the 2 daughters, and I'm assuming that's based on his real life. And apparently something happened, I'm assuming this is true, with Bert and his fucking older daughter, where he was drunk. She had her driver's permit, but not quite her license. You know, the little daughter, the 15-year-old, had to pick her drunk father up. She ran a stop sign. They got a fucking ticket. His daughter couldn't drive for an extra year, and Bert got some type of bullshit, and apparently Bert live streamed this. And I guess when I saw the movie, I was like, oh, I'm going to rush to my fucking phone and watch this shit, which I haven't. So, I mean, once again, it's like Bert in his fucking mind, like everybody thinks that their life is so goddamn important. Bert assumes that everybody knows all these things, and we've all been following his fucking so important comedic life with his fucking wife and kids, and we haven't. Sorry, Bert. But, you know, the movie did a good job of catching us up to speed. You know, so then his father, interestingly enough, this is kind of what I liked about this movie, one thing. They hire this Mark Hamill, yes, the fucking Jedi himself, Luke Skywalker, to play Mark's, whatever the dick's name, Bert's father. I thought that was a nice choice. I mean, they really look nothing alike. They don't look like father and son. But I did respect that he gave this guy work. It's nice to see Hamill do stuff besides fucking whatever the fuck. Besides Star Wars. Yes, I know he was the voice of Batman. I got the memo on that. Then we move forth, and one of the actress, I should say, if it's okay to use the actress word, the woman that played the Russian mobster chick, I thought she was really awesome. She was great. Spoilers, I guess. I thought she was convincing in her role. She was sexy and scary at the same time, sympathetic in some regard. I thought she was a really cool character. We get on these trains, we go through all this shit. You know, like I said, 3 out of 5 stars. If you're a big fucking Bert, whatever the fuck fan, I guess you'll love this movie to no end. I really didn't know half a shit about him besides like, oh yeah, I think I've seen him on Rogan before this. But now I guess I got the fucking cliff notes. I know all about this asshole now. I guess I'm supposed to revere him. I won't. I guess I'm supposed to go buy a comedy album. I probably won't. In fact, I know I won't. But yeah, you made a movie. Congratulations. You and the About My Father guy can have a dick off on who made the better fucking I'm a rich fucking comedic genius star now movie, and that's great for you guys. It doesn't help me worth half a shit, but good for you guys. Congratulations. Wonderful, wonderful. You guys are great. Awesome, yippee yahoo. And that's it. That's your Mike's Instant Movie Review. I'm still working on my wonderful artwork. I'm still writing books and screenplays and acting myself. You should give me a fucking job if you want a better goddamn production. But yeah, the machine was fine. It was good.